Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cherrywood podcast back with episode 2. Today we have the lighting department, and come on, guys, tell me who you are.
I'm Alessandro. I am the best boy and assistant to the gaffer.
I'm Liban. I am the gaffer. I'm the head of the lighting department.
Amazing. How's it going for you guys?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's going pretty well.
Me and Sandra are just relaxing, doing some line diagrams, all that kind of stuff, researching,
Yeah?
all that good stuff, basically.
Yeah, have you had any practical sessions with your lighting equipment?
We have, yeah. Our wonderful gaffer has booked out a lighting equipment on regular occasions, and we've been having little scenarios and experimenting with what works and how we can shape different shadows and stuff like that for different effects on camera.
Which I have to say, Sandra is smashing at that. Sandra and Sully. Sully is a part of our lighting department too, and both of them are very spectacular, if I must say.
Yeah. It's sad that Solly couldn't be here today with us. How do you get to it, you know? How do you get to the lighting?
Kind of like a combination of things. We have creative direction from the DPs who tell us where to place lights and all that kind of stuff. Lighting is kind of creatively what the DPs instruct us where to place it, where to say, for example, light actors, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a synergy with the DPs to a degree. And our wonderful DPs, Heather and Cameron, both of them really good. I think, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What's your inspiration for this? Are you going off the same as the cinematography wise, or is it a bit different for you guys?
The direction that the cinematographers are going helps us more, where we can look at what they are inspired by, and we can then take that and work with what they have. We also have other inspirations personally and other things like that. Yeah.
What examples have you got so that people can actually see it in their heads?
Basically the usual IDA, Polytechnique, usual the old Sherlock Holmes films, which are pretty old, and and I think just understanding how to light for black and white, all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think it's pretty cool, black and white, and how certain tonal differences, how the highlights work, how you have to understand when you're lighting for background, when you're lighting for all the little intricacies per se.
Yeah. When I interviewed the art department last week, they said that they had inspiration from Tim Burton using Edward Scissorhands for costume. Have you looked at any Tim Burton stuff to go with, the lighting for that?
No, Tim Burton's very specific with his lighting, very particular style in general with everything that he does. The lighting there is very high key, very intense, very gothic.
Yeah.
That goes along with his natural style of his work. And even though for the Sherlock Holmes we want it to be quite intense, quite high key lighting for certain scenes with the Moriarty to emphasise sort of maybe his brow and the shadows that would go under that and things like that. We want to keep it sort of more true to the way that you would light a film in black and white, making sure you can pick up the details, but it's also well lit so you can also see what's going on.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool and pretty fair with that. So have you actually had a look at how you would light with the costumes that they've chose? So I know that they've actually had a look at things, and so the background and the costumes, they need to have specific colours to be lit properly. Have you collaborated with them?
To a degree, yeah. More per se, it's about the separation of certain colours coming from say for example we're on a grey background and then you want to separate colours, but because we're doing it in black and white, those colours may fade into the background to a degree compared to other colours. So it's understanding which ones are not as obtrusive to that point. But personally I think like with the workshops we've been doing, with what Sandro's been doing with the art department, it's gonna be a really, really visually striking film in that department.
Yeah.
Through costumes and
Yes.
lighting, because of the synergy.
Yeah.
We did a exercise with them where we went through a selection of clothing, and we would take a picture of it, convert it to black and white, and do a short bit of footage, convert it. And we found out that more vibrant colours that you wouldn't necessarily use for colour film stand out better in black and white. So even though we wouldn't show the original footage in colour, it would be interesting to see how vibrant the colours are, because in black and white those are changed a lot, and the reflective, like what material the clothes are made out of, are affected by the light.
Yeah.
So we're taking all of that into consideration, which we've been doing with the art department and their costume design.
Yeah. So you mentioned workshops. Do you have like a specific process that you go through? Do you work on a different topic each week?
We sort of, it's kind of like a mix match. We bring in an actor per se, we get a script, someone shoots it, and then we light it as we're actually lighting the film. So we're as experienced enough with, say for example, actors, say for example, actually lighting it,
Yeah.
understanding to a degree how per se everything works. And so that when on set, if we are given instruction, if we are given direction to do it as efficiently as possible in the fastest amount of time, so that production can run as smoothly as they can, while we can bring out the best visually striking, most beautiful lighting that we can possibly give to this story. And that's what we want to bring per se.
Yeah. Yeah.
Liban also gives us a lot of creative freedom when he is directing us as we work with him and work for him as the gaffer. You give us a lot of freedom being able to experiment in what way we can light things and how we could maybe do something a little bit differently to what the norm is, to see if we can get a different effects, which hopefully we can also bring to the feature film.
Yeah. Yeah. So lighting is quite a key component, especially when you're working with the cinematographers. So when I talk to the cinematographers, I want to get down to, that nitty gritty. What is the camera they're using? How do they use it? So what lighting equipment do you guys use that collaborates with theirs?
Oh, just LED panels to a degree. Just say for example, like one of the DP's instruction on this film, what they want to really bring out was practical lighting, and it's just complementing that practical lighting. So say for example, if you were going to use lamplight, it's just understanding that, say we might book out dado lights, and then we might place them into a degree somewhere where they can accentuate the lamplight so that the camera might pick it up properly, and then that sort of works in contingent with DP direction, in contingent with equipment, all that kind of stuff. So it's basically like whatever equipment gets the best job, and it's Sandro's use of placing, it's Sully's understanding of when to turn on, when to do all that kind of stuff. It's this department's understanding of how to actually bring out the story to its fullest potential. That's why I'm fully proud of them too.
Yeah. So one final thing, really. How do you see this project turning out? What are your hopes for this?
I see it's going pretty well so far, and I think it's going to go well with lighting. We've got a really good team, especially with Liban. He's very professional, very instructive, and very inspiring to work with and getting us going. And I think that it's going to turn out very well, especially with your coordination with the DPs. I think that you'll be able to pull it off, and we'll be able to get at least in lighting wise, we'll be able to achieve very nice looks for the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same with Sandro and Sully. Sandro per se is a brilliant person that understands creatively where to a degree to put lights whenever I want them to place the lights. He understands to a degree how to put them down. He understands the vision. He cooperates perfectly, and his creative eye is just it's amazing, and I'm truly proud to be working with him, and especially on this project. Like, if done well, we can really pull off something really good.
Yeah, awesome. Well, good luck to you guys for that.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So I'll see you around set doing some behind the scenes footage.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So thank you guys for joining us for episode 2.
Thank you for having
Thank
us
you.
on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Episode 3 will drop next Thursday. Keep your eyes peeled and stay awesome, detectives. Bye.